at least when you're taking risks and exploring new places and talking to new people and trying new things, at least you are ruling things out that didn't work until you find the things that do. At least you are learning from those risky moments until you find the things that aren't. At least you are fully putting yourself in a school of thought where you're going to be learning and understanding what could work and where the money's going. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. I feel like I could say that intro now so quickly, like the Micro Machine Man. I don't know if you are a child of the 80s or 90s as well, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, Google it, you guys. So I want to gift you something. If you have not heard it yet, if you have not gotten it, I want to give you a free course that Chris and I made that we literally put everything that had ever shifted us up until that point in this course. It's everything that we have done, all of the tools, all of the workshopping that we have done at places, all in one place that we feel has really led to our success. All you have to do is go to becomealigned.com, and we're going to give that to you totally free because you've been listening to the podcast. So you guys, I'm so grateful for you. It means the world that you tune in. There's about 1 million podcasts out there, if you haven't noticed, that you could be listening to. So I just want to say thank you again for tuning in. And today, I want to remind you that you absolutely have to follow your gut. You absolutely have to go and do the thing that you know that you need to do. And in your life, it might seem crazy to people that you are having all of these different ideas or that things are really shifting for you. And I want to be your reminder that none of that is weird. None of it is a big point in your life where you need to worry about. You're not going through a midlife crisis or an early life crisis. It's truly how people are made. We are all made so incredibly different. The only thing that I think to be aware of is when we get too multi-passionate, that it actually is distracting us from doing our real purpose, because maybe something didn't work in the beginning and we get thrown off and we think, oh, it's this thing. I thought it was this thing, but it's not working. But I want to remind you that you absolutely must follow your gut and go and do the thing. Because if you don't, there are consequences for it. And I know that you're already living them. And I feel like I preach this all of the time, but I'm preaching it to myself right now. And to remember that the thing that you are meant to do in life is probably going to feel the most challenging as well. But if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And so if there's a lot of resistance around something in your life, that is going to actually be the X that marks the spot of what you should go and do. So if that just scared you and you're like, I am fully avoiding this thing, or I am really avoiding asking this person for something, or I'm really avoiding sharing this big idea because I know that if I share it, I'm going to have to do it. And I know that the work involved is going to be so big. But if you've been listening to the podcast lately, the theme for the podcast is that you need to put your stake in the ground. If you want to move out from the middle of the pack, it is time. It's time to stop sitting in that place where you think you're doing a lot, even though in your heart of hearts, you know you're actually not. So putting your stake in the ground means being a big mover, means making big moves a natural thing for you to do frequently. So this is something that, yeah, it's going to feel like a lot at first, but once you start doing it, it's going to kind of become a natural way of being, and you're actually going to get a little bit addicted to it. And I'm fine with you getting more addicted to doing big things and taking big risks and making big moves, because I think the riskiest thing that you can do in life is being addicted to not moving, being addicted to your comfort zone. I know that that is the fastest way to fail. So if people are like, Lori, you don't get it. I can't take any risks. I have kids. I have that. I have, so many things weighing on me. I get it. I don't have kids, but I get it. There is a lot of people that I employ. I take care of a lot of people in my family. And with that, I understand that if I don't take risks and I start going backwards, that there is a lot of things at stake, but I actually don't believe that you can move forward without taking risks. If you're not taking risks, you are staying in your comfort zone and you're going to get what everybody else has gotten. And I think that at least when you're taking risks and exploring new places and talking to new people and trying new things, at least you are ruling things out that didn't work until you find the things that do. At least you are learning from those risky moments until you find the things that aren't. At least you are fully putting yourself in a school of thought where you're going to be learning and understanding what could work and where the money's going. Because you guys, we're in a time where things are shifting faster than they've ever shifted before, and they're going to continue shifting faster than ever. And if you don't start taking risks and start learning where they're going and start getting into rooms with people who are doing bigger things and playing a bigger game, you can guarantee that you will get left behind. And if you're feeling a little bit freaked out by this, I actually hope that it inspires you to action, because I want to talk to the people who truly are going to take their life back into their own hands and stop saying, it's a bad time. Oh, the money's not out there. It's not a good time to raise money. It's not a good time to start a business. You guys, it never is. And there will always be an entire half of the planet, if not more, who says it's not a good time. But then there will always be the group who it was a great time. In fact, it was the greatest time of all to go and capitalize on a time when you took action while other people were in fear. So whenever everyone else is in fear, that's when you need to go and do the opposite and actually take action. So you guys, go do the thing. I'm not saying do it on a huge scale. If you don't have, I'm not saying risk your house. I'm not saying risk all of those things. But I am saying do something that is big and scary. Go find the money to invest. Go figure it out. I don't care what that means. I don't care if it means you have to get a second job. I am a girl who has had 3 jobs at one time because I knew that I had to get out of the position that I was in, which was at the time in debt, which was broke, which was when me and my husband lost everything. We needed to figure out how to make money in a new way that we did not understand. So you have to dig deep. And if anybody's telling you like, hey, it's okay, it's just a hard time for everyone, try to avoid those people as much as you can. Spend less time with them and go spend time with people who say, it's time to dig deeper. It's time to think bigger. It's time to learn more. It's time to really try to figure out what's going on in the markets. It's time to figure out what your people want. It's time to figure out how your skill set can match this time frame in the world right now. Stay around those people. Those are the ones who are survivors. Those are the ones who are going to fight to make sure that they know what's coming and that they're prepared. And those are the people that you want to have surrounding you, the big thinkers, that if you need help, you can also tap into them, right? Because that's all I do. I tap into all of the people who are doing the same thing. And I would have never had these people in my network if I didn't put my stake in the ground and they saw me as someone who was willing to show up big and put my stake in the ground too. So you guys, those people will start acknowledging you when you show up in those rooms and when you start doing the thing. But before that, they want to hang out with the people who can absolutely help them and think bigger and help them if they need help. So until you start becoming that person, you're going to need to start taking those actions so they start recognizing you and you start putting yourself in those rooms with those people as well. So guys, I'm sending you so much love. I hope that this fired you up to take a big risk today, whether that's an email that you send, whether that's an ask, whatever that looks like for you. You know what it is right now. Maybe it's even a conversation that you have to have, a hard conversation about a boundary so you can have some more time to work on something. Whatever it is, take action today, because you waiting and thinking about it is only ensuring pain. It's only ensuring that you're going to have a bad day today, that you're going to feel stressed out, that you're only going to worry. And one of my favorite quotes is, when you worry, it's a prayer for chaos. Right? Worry is a prayer for chaos. That's A Course in Miracles, you guys. And truly, if you're sitting there worrying, it's almost like praying for bad things to happen. Instead, you need to think about what you want to happen and start asking yourself better questions so your brain can go to work on solving that problem. Your brain will always solve whatever you give it. So if you're saying, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so bad? Your brain will find why, and it will find more data of why to be miserable. So find the data of why you could be great right now. Find the data of why you need to go plug in to bigger groups. Find the data of why you need to go and learn. Find the data of why you need to leave behind small thinkers. Find that data and let that fuel you. And you guys, I'm so grateful for you. And one of the biggest things you can do if you loved this podcast is just to rate and review or send it to a friend. Just anything about spreading the love or spreading the word is how podcasts grow. So I'm truly only growing because of you. So it's the biggest favor to a podcaster when you take that second, if you love what they share, and just show them some love. So I'm so grateful. And you guys, until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone.
Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also has influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com.
Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool.